Hello and welcome to the show. Today I am going to be driving the car that nobody is really particularly bothered about from the latest Horizon 3 DLC, the Lotus 340R. It's a rather peculiar looking thing, kind of like an Elise and a buggy had a baby, and this is sort of the thing that came out. I don't think it's designed to be an off-road vehicle particularly, but it does kind of look like it should-ish be. Either way, I'm going to be turning it into a rally car and seeing how it will fare. It could be very, very fast. It could struggle. I don't know. It does start off relatively high PI, this one, just into A-class already, so perhaps not quite as much in the way of bits to put on the vehicle. However, it is incredibly light. Even when we swap it to all-wheel drive, as we have to do with all of the vehicles, it is still only 1,600 pounds, which is very, very good going. Now, we are going to be wanting some Forza Aero. It's an impressive table we have going on at the front. What are we going to do with the rear wing? We're not going to have anything silly. We're just going to have a kind of a... Yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense. Unfortunately, we're not going to have any crazy amounts of wing going on at the back. Tyres, we are wanting some nice off-road compound tyres. Not going to be the largest of tyres on this car, but we have got to bear in mind how tidy and light this vehicle is. So I'm hoping it will get away with that. We are going to want all of these bits and pieces. Stick it on some... So either it comes with race suspension or it already comes... I don't know. It's a weird... it's a weird thing, this car. But yeah, we're going for full off-road suspension. Are we going to have... Oh, we are going to have proper roll cage and everything. Fantastic. I like that. Oh, we can take some weight out of it, apparently. Only £100. Still, though, that is, yeah, very, very bloody light. While I'm here, I may as well put these parts in. These actually aren't really adding very much in the way of PI, the clutch and the gearbox and so on. I think the PI system's been reworked a bit in Horizon 3. Now, as per rules of this series, if we can use the standard engine, then that is what we are going to do to get it to the top of S1 class, and it does look like the Lotus here will get to the top of S1 without massive amounts of problems, to be honest. Now, do we want to keep it naturally aspirated, or do we go for, before I put too many upgrades on, or do we go for a aspiration conversion? Now, of course, these are going to add massive amounts of power. So that's... how's that losing horsepower? That is the most... If we're losing horsepower from a supercharger, that is the most inefficient supercharger of all time. It's useless. Do we go for a turbocharger and add a bit of weight on, or do we keep it naturally aspirated? Oh, the tough choice. I think we're going to keep it naturally aspirated, to be honest. I think everything else has had turbos. The Ute might not have done, so yeah, we'll keep it naturally aspirated. As I said, we're not going to have a problem getting it to the top of S. In fact, we've overshot S1 a little bit if we go for that. Can we do it? Not that way around. We can't. Okay, we will have to then go for camshafts and then probably put that down one. In fact, there we go. That's perfect. We have got a 1.9 litre Lotus here. It is well down on power. It is well down on power. I mean, we've got half the power of some of the cars that have gone here. However, it is also half the weight. So, acceleration is going to be very, very good. I would expect handling to be good as well. It could be fast overall, or we could lack the power, lack the straight line speed in this, and struggle a bit. There is very much only one way to find out. I shall have a look. Just while I think about it, might as well, since it's not using any PI points, get a flywheel upgrade as well. Right, the Lotus is ready to go. Of course, our rally stage of choice is the Reservoir Trail. I'm going to get 3 runs through this course. In an attempt to go quicker, the Subaru SVX is our current leader at 2:36.0 is the time to try and beat in the Lotus. I suspect the Lotus might not be a massive fan of the water. That could be an issue, but there we go. Wow. Oh my god, the grip. The grip is incredible in this. The brakes are incredible. In fact, I've change down a few too many. This is where we might potentially be struggling, though. We just don't have the horsepower to get the car up these hills, turn it into the opening corner here, and a little bit wide. Now we should be able to carry absolutely mega speed, and indeed we can. Oh, didn't quite have as much grip as I thought I would, throwing it through that section. Now the bumps and the jumps may well be problematic for such a small and light car. The Opel had all manner of issues, and that was considerably heavier than this, so yeah, we may possibly have problems. It's kind of floating around quite a lot across there, but never mind, we're keeping our foot down. Oh, we did not get... Oh, Christ. Okay, yeah, doesn't like that bit. Really doesn't like that bit at all. We're fine. We're not fine. I've chucked it in with way too much speed there. And yeah, we're a little bit struggling, perhaps, jiving through that water. I mean, the Volvo was at 111 miles an hour. That's the limit the cars can do in the water, and the Volvo was happy to sit at that. This will not be doing 111 miles an hour through the water. I can tell that much already. I mean, that already fell to about 104. Admittedly, it was a long drive through the water, but still, that's not so promising if we have to deal with water. So, as we come up towards this horrible, soggy corner, we are definitely going to be sticking it out wide in the Lotus, because I know it will not like going through all of that. Now, down here as well, we are likely to have some problems. Oh, Christ, I've got so bloody much to think about. Oh, we're on the wrong side of the tree. Well, piss. I was trying to get I knew I wanted to put my car, and then we got bounced around. Yeah, we are not going to have fun, game. We are not going to have fun in the latter half of this lap with the Lotus. We are going to have issues. We are going to have issues big time down there trying to maintain speed. It gets up to 120 very quickly. We've really rolled it across the jump. Yeah, it gets up to speed very quickly. And if everything can be kept together, then, you know, there is potential in this car because of that ridiculous acceleration. But we are half struggling with some bits. Okay, that didn't work. That was a pretty damn poor run. We were doing decently for the first half, and then it just, I think it's going to gradually get away from us as we get into the faster and bumpier sections of the track. Maybe with a bit of work, find a good line, might be able to get through it all okay. We'll have to wait and see though. Let's see if we get anything exciting from the wheel spin. Nope. 80,000 credits. Kind of what I expect from this game, to be honest. Okay, round 2 for the Lotus. Oh, we've got the Ghost Lotus is... Well, my race time, it should not be flagged. It isn't flagged. There's just a ghost message now coming up. But damn, this track is haunted. I am sure of it. Anyway, yes, we're going to have to really watch it on the bumps. I mean, it is so lovely through that first corner. The grip is just incredible through there. It really is. And again, down here, unsurprisingly, really, the Lotus, even with it on off-road tyres, the Lotus likes this very brief tarmac section. Alright, stop the car, get it turned in through here. Now, we can potentially make up some time early on in this run, although we've got to really keep it out of the puddle. It's neat and tidy, at least, through that section. Now, be aware of the bumps. Yep, they are going to be nasty around here. Although that's actually been very nice and smooth through that section. Don't go the wrong side of trees, of course. Always a good thing to not be doing. Oh, Christ, you've got to work so hard with this car to keep it in a straight line. I think I've got to keep it in lower gears as well. One of the things I was doing, we don't have the power to get away with having it in a slightly too higher a gear. We've got to make sure that we are in the right gears at all times, although that was running very wide towards the bushes. Did indeed get away with it. We're not actually going fast enough there. Okay, we don't quite dip below 100 through there, but still not as good as the Volvo and some of the other vehicles that have gone through that section. And we're not jumping as far into the water either. I mean, admittedly, not having as big a airtime can help in terms of control, having the vehicle on the ground, but it does kind of indicate to me that we are perhaps not accelerating as fast out of some of these corners as the other vehicles that have gone around here. I mean, I'm quite liking this Lotus. It's not a bad car at all, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure that we're going to be able to be controlled enough down this section in particular, with the likelihood to be oversteering. Hug the inside. There we go. We are through there. Okay, jump. Okay, little lift, actually quite controlled. Now we're having bigger problems. No, please land, flatten, level, trees! Hey, we've very much ended up in the foliage there. It's just, he gets thrown about so much. The poor Lotus. I mean, I don't think this is on for a particularly record time anyway, but certainly ending up in the trees wasn't going to help. But it's better that time, at least. Better from the Lotus. Bloody hell, this thing is really something. Well, 10 seconds. That is what we need to find if we are to set a competitive time with this Lotus. Admittedly, some of that was lost in the foliage, but the rest of it, yeah, I'm going to have to work blooming hard, I think, if we are going to see the Lotus compete with the vehicles that have gone before in this series. I think this track just doesn't suit it. This course is all about maintaining corner speed and sort of keeping momentum from one section to the other, because it is so incredibly fast, about 100 miles an hour through a lot of the corners. On a on a more technical stage, where you've got a lot more short runs out of corners, much more kind of acceleration zones, the Lotus would probably be a lot better. Here, it's just not quite able to keep the momentum up. It's not quite as balanced as some of the other vehicles. The back end is quite lively. You're working quite a lot to keep the car all in check, and it just simply doesn't have the power either to go along with some of the other vehicles. We're going to stay up nice and wide through there. Keep your foot down all the way up this next one. If you get it right, that section is absolutely fantastic, but it is easy to get it quite badly wrong. Now, down here, probably one of the tighter corners on the track, in fact, that section. Now we jump our way into the water and then struggle to punch our way through it. Oh god, we're going to end up out quite wide through there. We can get away with it just about. We've got one more big jump coming up here. Then we've got next sort of problem area is the water. We're definitely sticking out wide with this car. It really cannot punch its way through the water very nicely whatsoever. Caught the back end there just before it wanted to let go. Okay, into the water out the other side. Actually, that was very, very nicely done from the Lotus there, which is good. More bumps through there. Now comes the scariest section of the lot for the Lotus. I couldn't actually get it turned because we were in the air. It has made it through there, though, this time around, which is good. Time for the big jumps in the... God damn it, I wish it wouldn't do that. And again, we're going to fly lopsided, but we are through the section, through the jumps, up towards the finish line now. Very, very sideways. Or it kind of wanted to be sideways and then initially wasn't, and across the line. I thought we were going to have a big slide. I managed to kind of catch it and sort it all out, but it was better. It was a lot better. A run that final time out. We didn't do too badly across those huge bumps towards the end. Yeah, the Lotus, while a good fun handling vehicle, most definitely, it is perhaps a little down on power. Doesn't quite have the composure that we have seen either. A bit like the Volvo in some ways. This vehicle, much less understeer from this. A lot more kind of lively back end. Not a car that you can take liberties with. You've really got to concentrate to drive this fast. Anyway, The time is a bit more competitive. It is still, though, down towards the bottom of the vehicles that have gone so far. It will move into 5th place. It's a second down on the Volvo 850R. You know, we're talking a couple of seconds down on the Opel Manta, 3 seconds on the Subaru SVX. Yeah, a decent enough car, but not suited at all to this rally stage. That's just the way it goes sometimes. However, that is going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I leave you with a very, very muddy Lotus. Goodbye.